Greetings to all viewers of the Punjab Pulse. This is Colonel Nitin Chandra presenting to you another episode of the Punjab Pulse Interaction Series. Friends, today we will be talking to Colonel Jaibans Singh with regard to his recently published book, The Nanaks, a Chronicle of the Sikh Gurus. Colonel Jaibans Singh is a multifaceted personality, an army veteran of the Armored Corps, a noted strategic analyst, journalist, columnist, and an author. Colonel Jaibans remains dedicated to national and social causes, mainly concerned with national security and his home state of Punjab. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Nitin. Thank you. So kind of you to have called me.
Sir, what motivated you to write The Nanaks?
Well, it's a long story, but I suppose I'll put it down in as less words as is possible. Nitin, it is said in Punjab that Punjab was the Gurua te Pira de Naate. So for Punjab and for Punjabis and for the Sikh community, it is very important to know the roots of their Sikh religion, especially, and also of the other saints who have graced this very noble land. Me, when we were young, we had so many opportunities to learn about our gurus, about our religion, through our parents, school, things like that. But slowly over the years, this has changed. And knowledge for the younger generation, the English speaking generation, has gone down. On top of it, a lot of people have gone abroad to the other countries where they are very well settled, but over there to bring the children back to the roots of their religion and their identity is becoming all the more difficult. And this is a problem which is being faced a lot by my personal family, because more than half of my family, and that also the younger lot, are now in various countries abroad. And in our family, the grace of the gurus was very much prevalent in our times. And it is my belief that it is only if the grace of the gurus stays in the family will thrive. And my parents were very, very devout. So I have dedicated this book to my parents, and I have written it in their memory for the younger generation of English-speaking Sikhs and everybody else to get the basics of the Sikh religion going, so that it can motivate them to learn more about the religion and also live up to the tenets which the gurus have left for us.
So that's a very noble cause. Sir, could you give us a brief on the layout and the context of the book, sir?
I have tried to explain the lives and times of the gurus in as simple a manner as is possible. In fact, I have made it more like a military approach paper, in which in the beginning only I have given the details of the dates, and I have given the important people involved. I've given the important places involved, so that it is easy to understand. And then I have put the family trees of the gurus, because a lot of people get confused, especially when it comes to the Sodhi gurus. It becomes very confusing to know who came first, the grandfather, grandson. So I have laid out the family trees in a very lucid manner so that people can understand. As far as the text is concerned, I have followed the same pattern with all the gurus, starting from their birth, their family at their birth, going to the time when they joined Sikhi, going to the time when they were later on ordained as the guru. What did they do as a guru? What was their teachings? And finally, how they selected the next guru. So each chapter, it goes in the same manner so that there is continuity maintained. And I have tried to, I have not, I mean, I am too small a person to try to interpret the teachings of the gurus or to, give my thoughts about that. So I have not gone to that side at all. I have just given the facts, the dates, and the lives and times of the gurus in as simple a language as is possible. And I've tried to make it racy so that people can understand it well.
Sir, I have a very keen interest in the Guru Har. Yet I found the book in many aspects, a lot of aspects I found which I was not aware of. Sir, how did you carry out such a deep research, sir?
Well, it's a very nice question. Firstly, I must confess to you that my mother was a very, very big, very devout Sikh who had a tremendous knowledge of Sikh history and Sikh gurus, even though she could understand only the Gurmukhi language. So when I was very young, I was told a lot of stories by my mother. At that stage, I used to think that I don't know what she's talking about. I'll be very frank. I was not impressed by them because I was a convent educated person. So, and children in any case, you know how children are. But when I started writing this book, I suddenly realized that whatever she had told me, whether it was about the Battle of Chamkaur or the Janam Sakhis of Guru Nanak Dev Ji or the martyrdom of Guru Arjan Dev or anything else, Guru Ramdas Ji, it was all correct. When I started reading, I found that her knowledge was tremendous. So what I did was that I would read one portion and then I would try to research on it. I would go to the net, I would go to a book, I would try to remember what my mother had said. I would talk to a few scholars of this thing and, try to get as much of good knowledge about that particular aspect as I could. So, for which reason, the making of this book took all of 2.5 years. It was a very I had to put in a lot of effort towards it, and it is my privilege to have put in that effort. So this is how I carried it out. I went to the net a lot. I studied a lot of books. I remembered what my mother had told me. Then I spoke to a lot of scholars, and wherever there was a doubt, I have written over there that I am doubtful about this thing. It could have happened on this date. It could have happened on that date. There are such huge research on the gurus and things like that. I am a very small speck in that ocean. But my idea was not to show any scholarly skills at all. My idea is to just tingle the interest of the younger generation to read more and research more. I do not profess to have written a very highly intellectual book.
Sir, besides not writing, of course, it's an intellectual book, but at the same time, I feel the noble cause for having the young generation more involved in it, I think, is the primary thing which is going to tickle the brains of the young ones, especially who've gone abroad, sir. What is the main message that you wish to convey to your readers, sir?
Uh, the message it kept evolving as the book got involved. The basic message is that one should have interest in the roots. You see, Sikhism is a very new religion. It is very, very enlightened. It is very forward-looking, but somehow down the line, certain things have started happening which are not what the gurus wanted them to be like. And history is being thwarted. So I want the people to get the right picture and to study more and try to move on the very simple and enlightened path that the gurus had laid down for us. Because that was the path which it was felt and which has proved to be the best. You see, it is not easy for a downtrodden community to rise from the ground and make an empire, the manner in which an empire was made by Maharaja Ranjit Singh, and the sacrifices which involved over there. So there is something extraordinary in the history of the Sikhs and the history of Punjab in the times of the Gurus. And it is very important to know for the younger generation to know that what was the driving force which led people to attain such heights so that they can also attain the heights in the future. They can also try to get motivated by the manner in which the Punjabis and the Sikhs have worked over the generations to reach where they reached. I think it is very important because this is what is the main format of success in this world. This is how you achieve huge heights and yet stay very simple. So this is the message that I have tried to convey, that you stay simple, you stay rooted to your roots, and you stay within the path which has been told by the gurus, and work hard and lead an honest and an enlightened life.
Thank you, sir. Very insightful. Sir, I just wanted to ask you now, the book is in English. So it is the target audience is basically going to be English speaking. Are you also planning to have something in Punjabi which will touch the grassroots level at, let's say, the rural areas or people who are not, let's say, part of the English speaking community? Is something like that planned in the coming days, sir?
Yes, yes, there is. We have a plan in place. It will require a lot of hard work because changing. But yes, we do feel that at a particular point in time, this book may be translated into not only Punjabi, it may be translated into Hindi also, so that more and more people can avail of this opportunity of reading something which I have most humbly written for the sake of my abiding love for the Guru Ghar. And you will be very surprised to note that in whatever the sales have taken place till date, there is a lot of people of other communities, right down to the southern states and in Gujarat and other places, who have taken interest in purchasing the book and in reading it. So it is not only the Sikh community or the Punjabis. It has got a now. It has got a pan India presence, and a lot of colleges and schools have also started buying the book for their libraries. So I am pretty motivated by the response that I'm getting from the people. And let us see, very soon I will work out a plan where it can be converted into Punjabi as well as converted into Hindi also.
Excellent, sir. Sir, now we know that besides an author, you're also very deeply involved in the happenings in Punjab and how things takes place. Your passion for the nation and Punjab is very well known throughout the journalistic world and even in the other community. What message would you like to give on this forum today, sir?
Nitin, I stay very worried about Punjab. At this age, when I have finished off with all my work and all my worldly duties, I should actually be sitting back and enjoying myself. But I am voluntarily working day and night because I feel that the way things are in Punjab, it is going to be disastrous not only for this land but also for our community. You have noticed what has happened in Patiala yesterday. It was the most disgraceful incident to take place, and it was a downright attempt to communalize the issues and create a divide between the communities which have stayed together for millenniums and which were brought together in the name of Sikhi by the Sikh Gurus. You are well aware that in every family there was a Sikh as well as a Hindu. And as I said, that Punjab Vasda Guruan de Naate. So Guru Sahib and Guru Granth Sahib and the teachings of the Gurus are universal for every Punjabi, whether he's a Hindu or he's a Sikh or he's a Muslim. We have different faiths, but we are together, we are bound together by this one aspect. So Punjab presently is in a deep financial crisis, but more than that, you see, finances and all can be achieved with good leadership. So the basic problem of Punjab today is leadership. We do not have a tall leader. We do not have a visionary leader. We are clutching at straws. I have got a lot of respect for the Chief Minister Sardar Bhagwant Mann ji. He has put in a lot of effort, and I'm sure he's very sincere in his efforts. But at the end of it all, the change that has been brought up by Punjab is a desperate call for a change of leadership. So that leadership which comes in Punjab has to be good, visionary, honest, educated, dynamic leadership. So it is my wish that I should work very hard if in creating that leadership amongst the younger lot, so that something good comes out of it after 10, 15 years. After all, I've got a lot of experience. You, me, we all have got experience. I would like the younger generation to learn from us, to take advantage of our experience and try to create that dynamism which can make Punjab what Punjab should be. And secondly, I feel that in the manner in which our community has progressed, and we have got such rich people, we've got such successful people across the world, it is very important for Punjab to now become a cultural center, a center where we teach values of life to our coming generations across the world, rather than staying in this wheat rice cycle, which is debilitating and things like that. I want Punjab to teach people values. I want Punjab to build character. I want Punjab to build religion. I want Punjab to give a historical identity to the people. So this is the kind of Punjab that I'm visualizing, which goes away from this mundane thing. And we have enlightened people in the Gurdwaras. I want the Gurdwara committees to be reformed. I want the SGPC to be doing what it should be doing rather than getting into cheap politics. So these are my aims and ambitions on the basis of which I'm doing my social service and trying to create an impact.
Thank you, sir, for sparing your valuable time for the Punjab Pulse Interaction Series. Dear viewers, this was Col Jaibans Singh speaking about the beautiful book that he has written on the Sikh Gurus. Having read it, I would strongly recommend the same for its deep research and simple narration, which makes it very easy to understand. The book is easily available on Amazon and Flipkart across India. Wishing you all a very good day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nitin, for having called me. It was a pleasure interacting with you. Thank you very much.